guys, welcome to this live chat. We are Education and Migration Services Australia, and today we are going to be talking with COP Accountants. So we are going to give you a couple of minutes before we start. We will have a seminar on the 19th of June, and here we have Paula from COP Accountants. She's going to explain us everything. So yeah. Thank you for being with us. Questions and everything, just let us know. Thank you, Paula, for being here with us.
Okay, thank you, Andres. I'm Paula, as you introduced me, from Copa Accountants. I opened this company 6 years ago, so I've been studying a master degree, and since I arrived in Australia 11 years ago. And then I started doing tax returns and accounting for all sort of business, and then I decided to open my own company, which I call COP Accountants. We are not only accountants, but we are also tax agent, and I'm also a CPA. So it's been a long journey to get to where I am now, and that's why I think it's one of the reasons it's important for you to do your tax return with someone with the expertise and knowledge to do tax returns. But I'm here for, if you have any questions, just let us know. I'm happy to answer all your questions at this live chat. I'm here at Emsa today, and we're gonna be here again on the 19th of June for a seminar, a tax seminar. So if you also have more questions, or if you wanna have a specific question to ask us, you can come to the seminar. We're more than happy to help you. We are also in the tax season, gonna be here once a week. It's probably gonna be on a Thursday, so from 1 to 5 you can come on the tax season and do your tax return at Emsa. We're gonna have someone here that can speak Spanish, Portuguese, and English, so we are here to help you to do your tax return. Before anyone asks any questions, so I might start talking a little bit about what the importance of doing your tax return and why you need to do it, and when you should be doing your tax return. So the tax season starts on the 1st of July and finish on the 31st of October. So you have this time frame to do your tax return. You need to do your tax return because in any country, if you are working, if you have income, or if you have an investment, any sort of income, it has to be declared on the tax return. So the HTO, as the government department that runs the tax office, they want to know if you have an income that has to be declared. And in any other country, you need to do this tax return, in this tax declaration. So it's not different in Australia. Okay, so if you earn any kind of source of income that it's taxable, you need to lodge your tax return. Why you need to lodge your tax return with a tax agent? Not that you have to lodge with a tax agent, but you should lodge with a tax agent, because we are on this business for a long time. We have the experience, we have the knowledge to help you to do the best tax return, to get you the best refund that you could. Okay, so it's nothing wrong to do it by yourself. There is this platform that you're able to use to do your tax by yourself, but it might not help you as much as a tax agent could help you. So you might not get as much refund as you could if you have done your tax return with your tax agent, because we know all the rules. We've been studying that for a long time, so we know the process, we know all the taxation law, so we know what we can do to help you get the most of your refund. So, and if you do it yourself, you might don't know every single expense that you can claim. So you might lose a few expenses that you could have been claiming, and then you just miss out. So we are here to help you along the way. And basically every case is different. Every person has a different situation. We cannot tell you that your tax return is gonna be the same as your friend's tax return, because every case is different. Every person is gonna have a different tax return, and it doesn't matter if she got 4,000 refund. Doesn't mean that you're gonna get the same refund. Every situation is gonna be different, and we're gonna be looking at you in a specific situation. Okay. Is there any questions?
Yeah, if you can mention what papers do they need to bring.
Yeah.
It's going to be important
Yeah.
as well.
As I say, we're going to be here in the tax season. So if you want to come into the tax return with us, we're more than happy to help you. What you need to bring for that? You need to bring your passport or any kind of ID. You need to bring the payment summaries for every single company that you work for during the year. It has to be for every single company, because every single company pays you wages or pay you an income. So you need to be for every single company that you work along the way. Also, you need to know if you have expenses that you had along the year that is related to your job. Okay, so if you kept any receipts for any expenses, you can claim that on your tax return. Also, the other thing is if you have worked with ABNs. There's a lot of people that probably work with ABN, so we need to have you need to know how much was your income, also from July until June, July last year until June this year, how much you earned along the year, and if you had also expenses to claim against this ABN income. Apart from that, it just come with these documents. We do everything else, and then you normally takes 10 days for you to receive the money in your bank account. So it's not very long. The HO is very good at this to make the payment. So they don't take very long. So it's 10 days max that you receive the refund in your account. As I said before, you have until the 31st of October to do the tax return. There are some exceptions. If you do with a tax agent, there are some people that are allowed to have an extension until the 15th of May. So it's plenty of time. So you're never gonna miss out on doing your tax return. So it's always, you're gonna have time to do it, okay? Someone is asking here, hello, Harsh, you need assistance for higher education in Australia. I don't think that's...
Yeah, the link for the registration is there, so...
Okay, that's cool. So the link, if you want to register for the seminar, you just click on that link, as you can see, and then Emsa Facebook, so you'll be able to click on that and register your interest to come to the seminar. It's free, so it's nothing for you to worry about and nothing to lose. I think it's pretty good if you can come, because there's a lot of information that we can give you. It's so much information that is valuable for you that are living in Australia, that need to do the tax return, and we are more than happy to help everyone.
Okay. Yeah, you can explain that there are people asking, they are not in Australia anymore, so they are basically asking how does it work for them.
Even though if you're not in Australia, you can still lodge your tax return. You can send us an email. Okay, we're gonna put our email down here soon. You can send us an email with the documents that you have, payment summaries and passport. Send us an email that you need to do your tax return, and then we are more than happy also to prepare everything, and then we're gonna reply to your email with your tax return ready for you to sign, scan it, and send back to us. So it's pretty simple. Doesn't matter where you are. There is no excuses for not doing your tax return. And if people doesn't do the tax return, what's the consequence of that? That's another good question. The HO, if they don't receive their tax return on time, the HO are able to charge you a fine and penalty for not doing that on time. So this fine can go up to $800, so it's a lot of money. So it's not worth it not doing your tax return at all, just because you think, oh, I don't need to do it. Sometimes it's better to check to see if you need to do your tax return, and then if you need to do it on time, so you don't get this fine at the end of the year. Okay, so it's very important that you are over there chasing everyone that hasn't done the tax return. They are sending letters, they're sending warnings, and if you don't do the tax return, they end up fining you for sure, and it's not a nice one.
Cool. Yeah.
Is there any more questions? I think I like this live chat. It's cool. Is there any more questions you reckon?
No. Before.
Yeah, like as I said before, coming is not something that expensive. If you come to Emsa when we are here on the tax season, it's only going to cost you $66. So it's nothing like it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
you only need to pay that once a year, and you make sure that your tax is going to be lodged on time, the right way, there is no mistakes done, and you get a refund in 10 days. And also, the other good news, the other bonus of doing that with a tax agent is that you'll be able to claim these expenses the next year. So you can use that to get more tax back the following year. So it's you're gonna, for example, if you spend $100 to do your tax return, for instance, and next year you need to do your tax return again, and then you claim this $100. In some cases, you can even get from $20 back to $37 back from this $100. So it's not a bad thing at all. Like it's like you make sure that it is done right, that you don't make any mistakes. You do it on time. You do it with someone that had the expertise to do it, to help you get the most refund as you can, and you also get to claim this expense the next year. So it's only good things about it. And another important thing to say is, like, if you do it by yourself, there's no problem at all. The HO has a platform for you to do by yourself if you want, but just make sure you do it right. Make sure that you know what you're doing, because if you make mistakes, the consequences are a bit not very nice. Instead of, for example, I had so many clients that happened that before, that did the tax return wrong, they made mistakes. When instead of receiving money, they had to pay money back to the HO, which is not nice to receive a letter saying that you need to pay $2,000 to the HO because you've done something wrong. Not because you have to pay $2,000, it's because you've done something wrong with your tax return. So it is important that if you do it by yourself, do it right. Study on the website to make sure that you're doing the right way, so you don't have any this consequence of having to pay tax instead of receiving tax back. And to fix this problem, it's going to cost you even more than if you've done with the tax agent before. So it's another reason that I can tell you that you could do the tax return with us in the tax season.
Paula, before we finish, there are people asking, they have ABN.
Mm-hmm.
They are willing to know more information if they can come to our seminar.
Okay. Yeah, if you work with ABN, it's more like in a specific question, because every single one is going to be in a different situation. Because you could work in an ABN and just earn $5,000, or you could work with ABN and earning $100,000. So every situation is a bit different. But I'm more than happy if you come to the seminar. We can specifically answer every single question. But if you work with ABN, you need to declare this income, because it's also a source of income that you had in Australia. Especially that because if you don't declare the income that you had on ABN, for the HO, it means that you probably didn't need your ABN. So they might need to cancel your ABN, because if you're not declaring that you have income, it means that you don't need to have an ABN. So there is a lot of cases since last year that a lot of ABN has been canceled. So if you don't want that to happen, you need to declare that you work with the ABN and you receive an income with the ABN. So that's very important as well. But yeah, the ABN is also an income. It also has to be declared. We can claim expenses against this income, so you don't have to pay much taxes. So we are here to help you. Don't be afraid. Come ask us questions. Come and sit down with us on the tax season. If you have the ABN, don't be scared that I have to pay a lot of money because I work on the ABN. It's not true. Sometimes you even pay less than if you work on tax file. So come and talk to us. Every single case is different. Every person has a different story to tell. So come to the seminar if you have more questions, and come in the tax season with your paperwork, and we are here to help you. Okay? And as I said before, it's going to be someone able to speak English, Portuguese, and Spanish. So
yeah, there is one question here. People are confused about when the last day is and how can you help them with that information?
Okay, so the last day is the 31st of October 2017. Okay, the first day is the 1st of July, the last day is the 31st of October. And as I said before, there is exceptions. There are people, if they do the tax return with a tax agent, they can do this tax return up to the 15th of May. But if you're not sure, it's better to do it before the 31st of October, or contact the tax agent. They'll be able to tell you which date exactly is the last day for you. But it's advertised in the HO website that the last day is the 31st of October. Okay.
Okay, and there is one question here about the consequences if they don't pay on time. If you can explain that, we finish.
If they don't
pay on time,
if they have a tax bill.
Yeah.
If you have a tax bill and they have a due date for the tax bill, let's say the 10th of March, if you don't pay that by the day, you might need to pay some interest. You might need to pay a penalty for not paying that on time. But you can always come to us. Let us know if you have difficulties of paying this tax, the tax payable, because we can definitely contact the HO and get an arrangement. So you can pay, for example, $100 a month or $200 a month, whatever is your situation. The HO are happy to help you as well. They understand that some people don't have the whole amount at once to pay on the due date. So it has to be communicated with the HO. You need to tell the HO if you can't pay on time, why you can't pay, and make a payment arrangement so you don't have the consequence of paying a fine or a penalty or interest as well on that. Okay?
Yep. Cool.
I think we probably cover a lot of information, and
yeah, there is plenty of information to be covered here. So I think that this is all for now. So just remember, the 19th of June, we are gonna be in our Brisbane office, level 7, 359 Queen Street. We are an education and migration services, so everything that you may need, we are gonna be able to help you guys. The links are here below, so please register.
You're interested to come to the seminar?
Yeah, please follow COP Accountants. All the links are here
on Facebook, and we're gonna be putting a lot of live chats and a lot of videos explaining more and more about the tax return and the tax season that is coming very soon. Busy time is coming for everyone.
Yep. So yeah, that's all. Thank you guys for being.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good to be here.